So a lot of guys that have come to me over the years and have spoken to me back and forth on email, DMs, that kind of thing, they're very, very frustrated because they've been training for years, they've been hitting the gym hard, and they're not making the gains you would expect for someone who's been training for, say, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. And their suspicions are often correct in that if their hormones were better, mostly testosterone, free T, and especially DHT. If those hormones were better, they'd gain muscle faster because of the increased protein synthesis. That's the biggest one. Quite often it helps you sleep better, depending. Helps you to train harder in the gym, especially DHT. It definitely, once you get warmed up and once you're in the gym and you're actually training, unless you've had a terrible night's sleep the night before, or you're in a really bad mood for some reason. Sometimes being in a bad mood can help, actually, so ignore that. But you know what I mean. Once you're actually in the gym, it definitely helps you to focus a bit more intensely on the weights, and a lot of it with everything in the body starts up here. So if you're very, very focused, you'll feel the contractions more. You'll start lifting more weights progressively over time. And so there's more of the stimulus, and there's faster recovery because of the protein synthesis, because of the sleep. So it makes a huge difference. Now, this is assuming that you have been training consistently for a while, and you're not one of these guys who trains for 2 years and he says he's been training for ages. But when you actually dig down, he's been taking months off at a time, and he had 1 month off there because he was sick. For the entire month he had a cold and he didn't go to the gym once. And then there's another month off because he had a little bit of lower back pain when he could have just used some machines and worked around it a little bit. So it is assuming you actually trained consistently for 2 years, and you do train with at least a little bit of intensity. But then guys who are low testosterone are going to struggle to train with intensity every single time they step in the gym. So hormones make things a lot easier. Getting your testosterone to 800 plus, your free T to 2 to 3% of that, possibly slightly more than 3%, maybe, and DHT to 80 to 100 nanograms per deciliter. If you can have all three of those, and I personally do, just for clarification, it certainly makes things a lot easier. And life is a lot better. Protein is used more effectively. Sleep, training, all the three big pillars: training, sleep, diet. All three of them are elevated. So you're missing out if you don't have those. So those of you who have been in the Testosterone Kickstart Program, you know how easy it can be to kickstart those hormones. Like, it's not easy, but simple. It's not complicated. People struggle with diet because they're not prepared, because they seem to have this belief that every single meal should be optimized for maximum taste at all times, which usually means sugar, junk carbs, and all these different, junk food, basically. But if you change your approach a little bit, realize that food is fuel, and you can still make it taste nice as well, but it's predominantly fuel, and you meal prep in advance, the diet thing takes care of itself. It's not complicated. The Kickstart program shows you what to eat, 3 meals a day, I believe, intense training, very simple, but if you actually follow the program, you'll get results within 4 weeks. It's a 4-week Kickstart program. So I'll link that below. It will improve your gains. Loads of guys have improved their physiques following that program, and you can repeat it as well, so you can do it for an entire year if you wanted to. But yeah, linked below. If you've got any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll be glad to help.